I hope you're lying in your bed, looking at the ceiling, because I feel that's the best way to reflect on something. And yeah, so for today's episode, I wanted to talk about the one thing that has been like a burning question for me for years. And it's only now that I have been able to make peace with it. And that question is, what is my purpose or passion, or what am I supposed to do in life? So, yeah, let's get into it. So, I'll start from childhood because I think everything that I had heard about passion and purpose would always direct to childhood, and people mentioning that there are things that you do out of curiosity and joy as a kid, and that gives you a hint into who you can be when you grow up and how you can serve people or charge money for what your skills are, what your talents are. And that's the time when you are really yourself. So, growing up for me, I did not have anything in specific that I liked doing or that I would constantly wait for, or something that, yeah, I can't really remember doing anything out of the box. Like, I was just, I would attend my classes, school, come back, play games with friends in the evening, go back home. And it was just a normal daily routine. I don't remember doing things that might define me or a unique talent or skill in that sense. So I always struggled with the idea of what am I here to do. And I would see people, someone's great at music, someone's great at dance, someone's great at painting, someone's great at a specific subject, someone loves research. Yeah, so everyone was good at something or enjoyed something, but it was always a question mark for me. Like, ऐसा नहीं था कि मैं मेरे खाली टाइम में कुछ कर रही हूँ which I love or I can pinpoint at. So as a kid, I didn't do anything special as such. So I did not know what is it. क्या है ऐसा मेरे में अलग that I can pursue. So yeah, I grew up again not knowing what exactly I love to do and I am good at. So I kept wandering with that question and just did not address it enough. And I think it was in my first year of college when one of my friends asked me to take writing ahead as a skill. And that's when I realized that reading and writing has been like a significant part of my life. Like, I remember enjoying reading and writing long essays. And it was also something I was good at. I would always score the best marks in English and the literature and grammar sections, and even Hindi for that matter. Anything that involved a good amount of writing, I I was praised for it, and I did feel like it came easily to me, but it wasn't until someone told it to me. I thought that I'm just an average person and I just happen to get good marks in the subject and these essays and things like that. So that's when I got some idea regarding that, and I started working as a writer then and got the chance to work with some great people and hone my writing and understand it a lot better. And yeah, I stopped writing professionally then. I get into it later at some point. But I again came to the question of what is my purpose and what am I good at, what I love to do, like the ikigai thing and like finding a good balance of everything. I felt like I loved writing, but since I took it in the professional sense, I lost the happiness that I received out of it. So when I write today, it comes from a place of I want to do this because I enjoy it and not because I am paid for it, which is why I had to take a gap from writing professionally. And now I only write for the joy of it. And yeah, that's a different scenario. So when I was again going through this place of, okay, what is it that I can serve people with and that I'm also good at, that I love doing, that I can charge money for, and all of all these mixes, and then find a purpose for myself. I could not draw in on one particular thing, and I would always feel so agitated about what should I spend my time doing? What should I do? What is that thing? And that's when I came across this video which talked about purpose, and it had a very different perspective on this whole thing, which has given me so much of relief that I don't actively think about passion, purpose, and what to do in general. So here's what that video mainly talked about. It mentioned that you don't need to look at purpose as a thing you do, but you need to look at it as your state of being. And the state of being is like how do you feel internally, how present you are, how aware you are, how conscious you are. And from that place of awareness, consciousness, presence, any task you do is like performing your purpose. And that changed everything. I started focusing more on how do I come to that place of presence so that anything that I do becomes my purpose. I am not fixated and situated on, okay, I'm only good at these things. I only love to do these things. I can only be paid for these things. I can only serve people with these things. So I have to create the bracket and box it all down for myself. And yeah, that's when I stopped doing it altogether. I started focusing more on being more present and working on my consciousness. So since then, I have started discovering multiple things that I just do because I am in that place of alertness and presence. And it turns out to be a lot more purposeful, if I may. It's quite tricky. Like, you need to experience it to understand what I'm trying to say. But I genuinely feel like your purpose is your state of being more than what you do. And when you are in that state of being, you can do almost anything. Like, I don't think I have to be an artist, an entrepreneur, a dancer, a cricketer, or anything to define what my purpose is. I have to get into a state of being so that God can use me in whatever way He wants to. So I just have to become a vessel. I have to get so good at emptying my mind and coming to a place of stillness and silence so that I get filled up with God's presence. And then He can do whatever He wants with my abilities and whatever He wants to bring forth in this world. So that's how I look at it now. And it's interesting. I like looking at life and myself in the sense that I am just here to allow God to use me for his purposes. And that is only possible when I shed off everything that is unnecessary on a mental, emotional, spiritual level. And I will discover things that I wouldn't have otherwise. So, yeah, I've stopped looking at it in a very intellectual sense and trying to read books to understand, okay, how can I get to my purpose and things like that. And I've started getting more into the mode of cultivating that inner calmness and stillness and coming to a state of full presence and working on my being. And from that place, whatever comes forward, whatever comes naturally to me, whatever way I want to express myself, I will do that. So, yeah, if you have ever felt like I don't know what my purpose is or what I'm here to do, I will just recommend that you don't go about thinking and wanting to have an answer in the first place. But instead of that, ask yourself how present I am in every moment. How is my state of being? How still and calm I am throughout the day. And if you're able to work through those questions and bring that experience in your life, you will automatically be fulfilling your purpose here. So, yeah, that's about the purpose part. I just want to expand a bit on presence and being fully present and what that means. So, on a normal day, I'm just giving an example about myself. I would, even when I'm working or doing something, I have thoughts in my mind like, okay, how should I take the next step? What can I do to make this thing better? Making a checklist, trying to constantly solve something. And it's like multitasking. Like, even when you're doing something, your mind is also constantly working. But when your mind is not controlling you in the way that it's constantly bombarding the thoughts, I think that becomes very unsettling, and that's not being fully present. When you are present, you're just focused on one thing. Your mind is not filled with thoughts, and you're just flowing. That's all. It's not like a lot of things trying to grab your attention. You just are, you're just present. And from that state of presence and awareness, you can do full justice to the moment you are in. And that defines your purpose. I might have a different definition of this as I grow, as I experience new things. But from everything that I've seen, read, and experienced till this point, this is the one that has given me the utmost peace and that helps me focus better. So, Yeah, just take everything that I say with a grain of salt. And as a suggestion from someone who's going through the learning process themselves, because I'm recording all of this as I'm seeing changes within myself. It's not like I have reached the peak and I know what I'm doing and how it's supposed to be done. The reason that this podcast has been created is because I am in that state of confusion and I have been worse in the past. But now, as I grow, I want to record the changes that I see within myself. And I want people who are in a similar situation gain some amount of clarity and comfort through these suggestions. So, yeah, if it helps you become more peaceful and present, that will be a win in itself. I guess that's it. I do have a couple of things on my mind, but I don't know how well will I be able to articulate it. So I'll leave it for later. But for today, those are all my thoughts on purpose. And I hope you found some value in it. And if you've come this far, thank you so much for listening. I genuinely hope you find all the joy and love doing whatever you do.